What's up, everybody? Welcome to the definitive rankings of everything, episode 10.
Hey, we made it 10 episodes.
Now we can do a top 10 episodes rank.
Oh yeah, double digits.
Welcome our good friend Dylan Sullivan. What's up, Dylan?
Hey guys, how's it going? Excited to be here.
I miss you.
Yes.
Dylan chose nicknames. Why'd you pick nicknames? Any reason?
Yeah, I've got like some nicknames that they're not top 10, but I just despise when people say them. So I wanted to make sure they didn't make the top 10 list.
Okay, so more of a defensive ranking then. I get it. Okay,
yeah.
I'm all about it.
Yeah, I've never seen someone pick
Those who need to be down.
Yeah, I've never seen someone pick a list to get ahead of stuff. That's interesting.
It's a good strategy. I got to be honest. This is probably the hardest list we've done so far. I don't know how you guys feel.
Easily.
I made a whole list yesterday. I finished it, and then today, right before we started, I went, I don't think this is good, and I deleted everything and made a whole new list.
Wow.
I sort of have a rough top 10, but I just basically what I did is I listed out a bunch of nicknames, and I figure some of them's got to hit with you guys, and I think that's how we'll sort of figure out a top 10.
Yeah, I was thinking like once we kind of figure out what the parameters are, I think it'll be okay. But to just start with nicknames and go from that is like, all right, we'll see.
Yeah. My thinking behind this was just to make sure that one name in particular didn't make a list.
Well, can we start there? What's the name you didn't want to make the list?
Let's start with
there.
the one.
Let's start there.
All right. My nickname that I despise that I hope doesn't make this top 10 is Bud.
Okay.
B-U-D.
I'm gonna
Top 26.
I'm gonna come
Different
clean.
than Buddy.
Okay,
Different
well
than Buddy.
that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I have Buddy on my list.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bud is derogatory and not a top 10 nickname.
Why? It is kind of
derogatory.
it's condescending when people call you Bud, right?
Yes, very condescending. It's like,
Yeah, I hate that.
oh, you little sport, but sport is actually better. But
Sport's a good
Bud
nickname.
is like, ugh.
I One of my close personal friends will often say Bud, and I'm always like, I thought we were better friends than that. I didn't think that you would.
Yeah. What kind of it's demeaning, and I'll say this is something that isn't in necessarily the realm, but in the gay world, people use Bud a lot, and it's this weird sexual thing, but it also has a demeaning tone to it. So I wanted to come here today to do everything I can in my power to make sure Bud doesn't make top 10.
All right.
Okay, so I have Bud number 1. Wait, Bud is a sexual thing? That's not even a very sexual sounding
Explain
name.
to me. How did that come about?
It's just how do I describe this?
3 straight guys?
Yeah, how do I describe it to 3 straight guys? So like, there's this weird dynamic within gay culture where it's like, oh, like this person's like my younger brother. He's like my bud. And it's
Okay.
weirdly sexual at the same time. So it doesn't, and then when you get called bud, it just automatically assumes that you're like the younger, kind of don't know shit, you know? It's like, it's invalidating to me, at least.
Yeah.
It's very condescending.
Yeah, I think it's condescending for everyone. Chad agrees as well. It's very like, there's no positive Bud.
No.
No.
No, you don't call anyone you respect bud.
No. Never.
No.
I feel like in black slang too, when you're referring to buddy, it's just like that guy over there who something bad is happening to. It's like, oh yeah, buddy over there who got hit by the car. That would be me, but you know what I'm saying? Just
I agree.
a named person who you know who they're talking about, but like he doesn't deserve a name, so you just call him buddy.
But I will say I respect Buddy more than Bud itself. Because to me, it's like Buddy and Bud are on the same separate tree, but it's like the difference in my mind, and I don't know how you feel about this, Morgan, but
Okay.
the difference between an ending with an A and ending with an ER. That's the severity I see it as.
Well, besides the racial dynamics and depending who calls you the A or the R, I could see where you're coming from.
Thank you.
Yeah, I hate Buddy too.
I
Yeah.
I have Buddy on my list though. It's in my top 5 actually.
I think Buddy's okay as like as a non-proper noun. If you're referring to someone as your buddy, that's cool. But if you're just like, oh, buddy, like, nah, I don't fuck with that.
But I know people
Okay.
that went by Buddy.
Like dogs.
Yeah, a couple of them are dogs. No, I mean in the white trash community, Buddy's like a popular name.
Yeah.
But I guess that's why it doesn't resonate with any of us.
And similar to the N
That's
word,
fair.
it's also who is saying it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
If it's a friend and it's like, you know, you can almost make Buddy joking thing, like, hey buddy.
Yeah.
Or like
Right.
you know.
Yeah, that's a that you know what that is a positive Buddy tone what you just did.
Yeah. Yeah. Where it's like they're mad or like super upset and you're trying to cheer them up by being goofy. Like, hi buddy. Hi buddy. You know, they just like made a scene at family dinner and they're in their room, you know, and they just have to, hi buddy. Knock knock.
Hey buddy.
You know.
The chat saying Bud is definitely derogatory when talking to an adult, but it flies for children, and that's some hillbilly shit.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it is.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
So Dylan, what'd you have as your number 1 then?
My number 1, and I've kind of been tasseling around with this because I was like, well, Dylan, you should be inclusive, but and some would disagree with this, but I think dude is a great and kind of universal. I know people say, well, like you can't say it for women, but I call women dudes all the time.
I do too. I get in
Dudes
trouble
all
for
the
it.
time, yeah.
Yeah.
I
It's a
think
great way to
dude
get someone's
is, like,
attention.
You're my equal.
Yeah.
Like,
What
what did you guys pick for your number 1s?
All right, so I think I went about this a little bit differently because most of mine are nicknames for like people, like specific nicknames. So I had the dude at 9 from the Big Lebowski because that's just a phenomenal nickname. But my number 1 is without a doubt MJ. That encompasses Michael Jordan and Michael Jackson. And it kind of set the precedent, especially in sports, for just like having the letters of your first letter, like KD, KG, AD, AI. You know what I mean? Like that was a huge thing after Jordan. So MJ for me is the number 1 all-time nickname.
And Mary Jane.
Yeah, sure. Whoever she is.
Ooh. MJ.
Yeah,
is
from
good.
Spider-Man. MJ, yeah, MJ's pretty fucking strong.
So here, my thing with that is when I made my original list, I did write down specific nicknames, but I don't really think that's what the list we have to do today is. I quick changed it before we started because I was like, I think we have to go generic. I don't think you can do specific nicknames for this list.
I went about it. I almost because the way I thought about it, when you guys said dude and buddy, I was like, oh damn, I didn't even think of like interpersonal nicknames because I did just in my head.
I just went straight for
That's
specifics.
all I
Oh,
was
God.
thinking of.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's interesting. For me, I went the Big Apple.
That was number 3. Thank
I
you,
like that.
Hassan.
I like
Thank
that.
you. Let's go.
You feel what I'm saying? Because it's just like that is when I thought of nickname, that's the first thing that popped into my head. That's like like the most nickname for something. I mean, I have a couple sports guys on it too, but that being said, I do like stuff like guy and like dude and buddy. And if I had thought of those, and my list might have ended up differently.
We have teams are forming.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
Solely along racial lines here too.
Yeah, I was going to say that too, 100%.
Yeah, I mean, I wrote down like 20 specific people's nicknames. I had the dude on there. I had Lady Liberty. I didn't have the Big Apple, but kind of the same idea. But it's like, yeah, right before we started, I was like, no, I think we have to do like what are the most like for one person to have their nickname on the list isn't the top 10 nicknames. You know what I mean? So I think we got to talk this through and figure out what direction it's going to take, or we just kind of intersperse them and see where they end up.
Because I was thinking more like, oh, like dude, champ, chief, sport.
Yep.
Right. Okay. I feel you.
But
But I will say this: some nicknames are incredibly iconic, even though they belong to one person or one thing.
Yeah,
Like,
that's my thing too.
like I had this didn't make my top 10, but on my list I wrote down Benifer because like
I had
that
Benifer.
just yeah, but like Benifer isn't an iconic nickname just because it's two of the big superstars. One of them, ironically, having her own great nickname.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's also that's how we define celebrity couples. From then on out, they're the combination of the two.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think there is room for this to have both.
Yeah, I agree.
Because do I think Dude is iconic and should probably make the top 10? Absolutely. But I also think Benifer is probably better than Sport. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? Like
yeah.
it's stuff
Yeah.
like that. I think there's a way to smash the two together here.
Yeah, this will be a fun exercise.
Yeah.
Lots of whatchamacallit, extra, not what's it we call when we leave people out? Honorable mentions.
So I do want to say this. I didn't include dude or bro or anything that was also a greeting, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Because it's not really a nickname as much as it's a word you can call anybody.
Yeah,
Right.
it's not specific to that person.
Yeah. So I'll say my number one was Billy,
Billy. Isn't
which,
that a name?
which kind of falls
Is
in
that a
between both sides of what we were talking about.
Yeah, it does.
nickname?
Well, the only one specific nickname I had in here, like name specific one, was Dick.
I have Dick is my number two because
Just because Dick is pretty iconic because everyone's like, how the fuck did it get there from Richard?
yeah.
Like, and how did that work out?
And it's so funny to call someone Dick.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny, but it can also be used as a compliment or like like cunning, like tricky Dick they used to call Richard Nixon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can also be used as like you're dissing someone, calling them a dick.
Yeah.
Um.
All right, so this is interesting. We have like vastly
In my
different
mind-
number ones here.
What do we do here for
It
number
doesn't
one?
beat the Big Apple at all, but
Damn.
Like, here's the thing with Dick and Dude and Sport, you have to explain how it's a nickname, and people would be like, "Oh yeah, I guess when you look at like that, it's a nickname." The Big Apple, that is New York's nickname, and that is I feel like that is known around the country.
Yeah, but
it makes no sense.
It makes zero sense.
to me it loses some credibility because people don't really call it the Big Apple. They know that's the nickname, but when people refer to New York City, they call it New York City.
Yeah, just like Chicago, the Windy City.
It's like
say Chicago.
it has a nickname, but I think to be the number one nickname, that it has to replace the actual name. That's like the whole point of having an iconic nickname.
Well, then
Okay.
before we get to Dick, let me get to my number two.
All right,
Magic
go.
Johnson.
Yeah,
Magic Johnson.
Magic's a great one.
I have Magic on. Magic made my top 10 as well.
No one has called that man Irvin since like 1981.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes we get like old like sports writers will be like Magic Irvin Johnson just to be like I still know his name, but like that dude's Magic Johnson,
Yeah.
and he got named after something that's not even real,
Yeah.
like just illusions.
And he
something-
survived AIDS. And his name was Magic Johnson. Like it's like this.
Yeah.
It's just like everything about that is insane.
He manifested that.
Yeah, he really did.
You have to earn that title.
Yeah. Yeah, you really do. And then the guy had to earn Magic. He had to win a bunch of NBA titles,
And
go head to head
survive.
with Larry Bird, and survive AIDS.
Became a generational passer and dodged AIDS for
Yeah.
30 years now.
I would definitely say that's top 10 quality for sure.
Yeah. I'll
So
throw
we know
Magic.
Magic Johnson's gonna end up on this list, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We all agree Magic Johnson's gonna end up on this list,
So
right?
yeah, let's put him
Alright,
one then.
Let's put him one, and this is how we'll build our list. We'll build our list around Magic Johnson.
Okay.
I'm fine
I think
with it.
because we need a starting point, and
Yeah.
we all agree on Magic Johnson.
Yeah, we definitely need a starting point.
Yeah.
I mean, we're
What do we think about Mary Jane?
I
For
like
both
M.
character
I like-
and weed.
Oh yeah, it is
That's
a
why
weed.
That's why I like MJ. I thought MJ was a great
Yeah,
choice.
solid, I think. You got Jackson and Jordan. Like,
Yeah, it's two of the greatest. And weed. 3 of the greatest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Spider-Man's girlfriend.
Michael Jordan, Michael Jackson, and weed,
Yeah.
all in one.
3
But
goats.
then is that just an abbreviation, or no? That's a nickname, right?
Yeah, it's a nickname.
And Magic Johnson. I mean,
Yeah.
um,
We could put all 4, but then you lose the magic part.
No, I think the magic is his own thing. He's more magic than he is MJ. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
yeah, for sure.
Matt, what are some of your other ones from your list?
So my number 2 was Dick. My number 3 was Bubba.
Bubba's good. I like having Bubba on the list.
There's
I like Bubba more than Dick.
there's a lot of people that go by the name Bubba and their name isn't Bubba.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, looking
I
at
would say most Bubbas aren't real Bubbas, right?
no, I don't think there's any real Bubbas.
Bubba
What's
Sparks,
that?
that's it.
I mean, maybe
I
now
don't
with all
think-
the wacky parents and shit, but
I'm gonna look up Bubba Watson here. Is that no? Yeah, you're right. They're just called Bubba.
yeah, it's just a
Yeah.
nickname. But I mean, it is like a name at this point.
Yeah. Well, you think Forrest Gump, the infamous Bubba.
Bubba.
Forrest Gump.
Mm.
And that's why they named it Bubba Gump Shrimp, because, yeah.
Oh, it's after the
Gump-
senator.
It's Bubba and Forrest Gump. Bubba Gump Shrimp. And they go shrimping because they buy shrimp and Bubba.
I've seen the movie, Dylan.
You know the film, Morgan? Forrest Gump?
Dylan just explaining the plot of Forrest Gump. I don't know if we have time for that, to be honest.
Forrest Gump.
We're already way behind on time. I don't know if we can do movie plots at this point.
All right, 1948. All right,
So okay. So I like Bubba. I think Bubba should be on this list. Is
Me too.
Bubba above or
Me too.
below? Is Bubba above or below Magic?
Below.
Above.
yeah. I would say
You think
below.
you think below? Oh man, Matt, you think above?
Yeah.
Damn, I think above too. We're split here.
I think it is.
Well,
It is
Bubba
the.
also-
It's the true definition of what a nickname is. It's just like it's a thing you call people that's not their real name. That's a nickname. Magic was one guy. There's 1,000 Bubbas, bro. There's 100,000
That's-
Bubbas.
it's Popular nickname.
But I feel like that's. I think so. I feel like the nickname, because there's one guy and only one of those dudes, and how like that nickname is. It's. I don't know. Yeah, there's 1,000 Bubbas. There's one Magic. That's why Magic is more valuable to me. One good girl is worth 1,000 Bubbas.
But then are we putting the weight on? God, this could be like a 6-hour podcast.
Yeah.
Easily.
This one's gonna be intense. This
Yeah.
one's gonna be intense.
I mean,
Alright, wait, but no. What were you gonna say? What were you gonna say? Were you gonna put the weight on what?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I wasn't listening. No, yeah, it's like, do we put the nickname on like the strength of the nickname, or how, or is its value in how often it's used, as in Bubba? You know what I mean? Because I'm sure a lot of people get called Bubba more than MJs of any variety. Or Magics, you know?
Well, for me, it's like the Bubba thing feels so interpersonal. You know what I mean? It's like you could just call anybody Bubba and just start calling them Bubba. Like Magic is like, it's just such a good, unique, solid nickname that anyone could have been called before then. But it was like, nope, this guy, you are Magic Johnson.
you could do that with any nickname, though. You could call anybody any nickname. With that logic, you can call anybody Magic if you wanted to. He's just the famous.
Yeah, you
he's
can,
the famous
You
one.
can, but people don't because it's such a good nickname, and you show the reverence and respect for the nickname. It's unique.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I mean.
But
Sorry, go ahead.
does unique outweigh iconicness? Like, is uniqueness more valuable than use and culture?
Kinda, because when nicknames was presented, it was MJ Magic, because those are the two. Like when I think nicknames, I think of those two guys and their nicknames.
Right, when you think of specific
Because-
people's nicknames. But that's a parameter we have to set. Do we put
Okay.
more weight into specific nicknames or nicknames as an idea, which would allow Bubba to be more iconic than Magic? That's what we have
We
to
do a
figure
little
out.
bit of both, but I mean, I just think we have like. I don't. Bubba just it never came to me. It's a great nickname, but it's just not one that I thought of because it's so interpersonal.
All right, well, why don't we reserve Bubba for the meantime. Bubba and Magic and MJ like in the top 3, 4, and then we'll work a little further down in the list.
But we got to figure out where to put it right now.
I mean, right now,
Above or
right
below
now,
Magic.
I kind of listening to Morgan. I kind of want to put it below Magic, just because I think that with nicknames, a part of nicknames is something being so cool and unique to to a person. That is a sort of aspect of nickname, like having a nickname.
I don't know if that's necessarily true though.
Yeah,
I think so. I think like the coolness of a nickname makes a nickname, right?
No, because people
Yeah,
that
I
are
agree.
called Bubba don't. It's not like their parents picked it or whatever because it's unique or because it's cool. It just fits who you are.
Right. But I'm saying that in nicknaming in general, that's also an aspect. Like I'm saying, yeah, Bubba is like a very common nickname, but like the aspect of giving someone a nickname is trying to give them a cool nickname.
I mean, it's in some senses. I think we just think of nicknames differently. For me, Bubba, we called my cousin Bubba, and that's just because when he was young, his parents always called him Bubba. Instead of saying his name, for whatever reason, they referred to him as Bubba, and he grew into that. And then he was just, from there on out, he was just referred to as Bubba. That is his nickname.
Right.
And I understand it's like
Yes.
common and it's not special to him, but that I don't think that's in the definition of nicknames that it has to be special. I think to be iconic as like Billy, I think is a really good nickname because it is from William and it's such a common name and everyone knows Billy is short for William. That's an iconic nickname.
Yeah,
for me.
But that Billy doesn't feel like a nickname to me. It just feels like you're shortening
That's
someone's
how,
name.
but that's how big of a
Billy.
nickname it is. It doesn't even feel like a nickname anymore.
But that's what I'm saying. Is that still a nickname at that point?
100%.
Because it's just your name.
No, your name is William.
Billy
My
Eilish.
my name isn't Matt.
William Eilish. I would agree with the Billy. I had a bear, a stuffed bear as a kid, named Billy, and when I would address it formally, it was William. But no one rarely addressed as William.
Right. Well,
Just when you were angry with him?
I guess the at least for argument Magic versus Bubba, I think also I don't know. Bubba seems very like I guess we're coming at it from an American angle, but like I didn't know any Bubbas growing up.
Me
You
neither.
know what I'm saying? I didn't know a single Bubba.
You knew one Magic.
Yeah.
That's not that
Yeah,
many more.
Yeah, but he's the Magic.
But
That's
everyone knows who that Magic is.
Yeah.
You know
Well,
what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like that's the Magic. Like knowing Magic Johnson, that's like that's transcultural. That goes across everything.
I'll tell you.
That's
something.
Magic Johnson.
I'll tell you this though, Asan, is if you grew up like me in a theater Creole background, Bubba was a lot more popular than Magic was.
Yeah.
We didn't know much about sports, but we knew a lot about shrimp, and we knew a lot about being a kid. So it really depends on who are we to decide, quite frankly.
That's the whole point of this exercise.
Yeah. We are the ones who have to decide actually.
We are the arbiters.
Yes, we are.
Oh
But
shit.
the ones-
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure on this.
That's what this whole show is.
Fuck.
Uh
Damn.
yeah, God asked us to do this. Yeah. I mean, then even getting away from Bubba, talking about Billy, you know way more Billies.
Well, Matt, here's what I'm saying. By your parameters, though, then the top 10 nicknames will be like Matt,
No,
Billy,
No.
Becky. Like,
No.
you know what? It's just shortening people's names, though.
No,
But that's
that's-
like, but those are going to be the
Hey,
most common ones.
hey, listen.
I'm just
That's
saying, though, that's how it comes off to me.
But listen,
you could
that's
say no, but I'm saying that's what.
okay. But listen to me for 1 second. That's not what my
Okay.
list is. Billy is the only
I'm not-
short. Billy is
I'm
the
not
only
saying
short
that-
name on my
I'm not
list.
saying that's what your list is. I'm just saying though.
You
if
literally
those
just
are
said
the parameters
that.
that we're saying right now, then that's what we have to do. If that's what we're going by.
Okay, but I'm saying I made a list with my parameters. Billy's the only short name on my list, so you don't have to bring that up. We don't have to talk about that.
You know, but if we're putting Billy number one, if we're listen to me. If we're setting those parameters now, then we kind of have to keep going by that.
No, we don't.
Right.
I'm saying we don't.
Why
bro.
not? Then those parameters mean nothing. Then
Okay, you're just being difficult.
I'm not being difficult. I'm just saying, like, if we're just gonna like, you can't.
No,
set
you
those
are.
parameters for one and then not follow it for the rest of the nicknames.
Because you're trying to
That's not
you're
difficult.
trying to minimize it
Trying
in
to
a
what?
way that discredits my list.
I'm not trying to minimize the way it discredits your list. I'm just saying if that's what we're going for at the beginning, then we have to keep doing that.
No, we don't, bro. We can do whatever we want.
Well,
We set the parameters
to begin with. Get Billy the fuck
We don't
out of here. That's a terrible nickname.
We don't have to do anything. No, it's not a terrible nickname. It's iconic, bro. It is iconic.
It's barely a nickname. No, it's not. It's just shortening someone's name.
It's not shortening someone's name. The
That's
shortened
fucking
version.
Dumb.
The shortened
It's not
version.
a good nickname.
Stop yelling, bro. The shortened version
Sorry.
of
I can't hear myself. I apologize.
the shortened version of William is Will. It's not a shortened version. It's a whole different name.
All right.
That's why it's different. I didn't put Matt on the list. That's the short version of the name.
All right, but before we get to Billy, since we're kind of split on Bubba Magic, I think we should give Dylan, you decide what goes above, Bubba or Magic. It's up to you. You're the tiebreaker here.
But this isn't for 1 and 2, is it?
For right now,
As
it
of
is.
Right now, we're gonna have to move. Things are gonna move accordingly. But right now, we have to make a decision because we're 27 minutes in and we don't have a second thing on the list.
Morgan, I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's all right. It's all right.
We accept.
I accept the
your
fight.
choice.
Wait, are we talking between Billy or Bubba?
No, Bubba or Magic.
Bubba or Magic? Okay, I'm choosing Bubba solely for its how many times it is used in culture.
Okay. We will accept. The Magic delegation accepts. Your choice.
We have 8 more of these to do, bro. I don't know.
In the interest of moving on, the Magic delegation.
Good God. This is going to take forever.
And look, really hard decision for me to make for someone who beat AIDS. Look, really hard decision. I wish, you know, but I have to think of this, you know.
Okay, we've done it. We've done, okay.
You dissed a multicultural icon for a Bubba.
It's my Creole background,
You're-
Morgan.
He defeat AIDS. He defeat Larry Bird. You're like, yeah, I don't know. Bubba's better. Bubba's got some talking to do.
All right, so
Common son name, dude. Okay, we'll go back to it.
all right, so now
No.
are we talking
Please
about?
Please
We're
stop.
not going
Let's
back.
be done with it. Let's be done with it.
We're moving this forward. yeah.
If mortals only knew the decisions we have to make.
All right.
Okay, sorry.
Let's
keep on going.
I like this theme of letting Dylan kind of decide for us. What do you think should go number 3, Dill?
What do we have? I mean, I like Big Apple. I think that's culturally huge, you know? I think Big Apple is definitely top 3. Even though it's like, no one like uses it to describe it, but that's what makes it special for me. Is like, you could say that nickname and everyone knows what you're talking about, and it kind of stands alone.
Yeah,
So
that's
I
a good
think
point.
Big Apple's top 3 for sure.
That's a really good point.
Yeah, I think the Big Apple is so like I mean it must
And
it crossed everyone's minds when thinking of this list. It must have, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you could ask someone in the UK or Russia or wherever the fuck, and I think they would know that you meant New York.
Kind of, yeah. It's out of all the cities in the world, I think it's the most iconic nickname.
Easily.
Yeah.
It's the only place I have on my list, even though now that I think about it, there's like a couple that are really cool. But
Down under. I guess that's not really.
Down
a nickname.
under, down under.
But I think big.
I had the land down under at 18. I take that back.
Yeah, I think Big Apple still blows that out
Still
of
the
the
most
water.
famous city, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's another good? The Big Yeezy. That's the only other like really good one I could think of.
No, there's 3 in America. In my list, there's the Big Apple, Big Easy, and Windy City. Those are the 3.
City of Angels.
Yeah.
That's just the English version of Los Angeles. That's not, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not-
Yeah.
Wait, what about Sin City?
Sin City's pretty good.
Sin City's pretty good.
All right, here we go.
All right.
We're getting ahead of ourselves though. We'll go Big Apple 3.
Wait,
and
do you think Big Apple below Magic and Bubba?
I mean, look, we got Bubba at 1, so I don't even know what's going on anymore. So I'll accept. I just want to see a good one get on the list, you know.
I would say Big Apple is our number 1.
I think Big Apple's number 1. Out
Wow.
of Bubba and Magic, I think Big Apple's number 1.
Let's do it.
Unless you can convince us differently, man. I think you're kind of outnumbered here.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have an argument that could beat all three of you at this point.
Yeah, I don't think so.
All right, so we have a top three then to play with at least.
Yeah, the Big Apple, Bubba, and Magic.
I wish
I feel like now we're at.
I wish
MJ
chat
and
would help
Billy,
us
though,
out
right?
a little bit though.
Yeah, we have like a base finally.
I think MJ is top 10 because of how many great people have been MJs, great people and things that are MJs.
Yeah, let's talk about MJ. Let's also talk about Dick. We mentioned Dick.
Yeah, I like Dick. I I think Dick's top 10. It can be as an insult or like a term for cunning, like tricky Dick.
Do you think Dick or MJ
I think MJ
over Dick?
Yeah.
I think the fact that Dick can be used for other things kind of hurts it a little bit.
I mean, it's also a nickname for your penis.
Yeah.
Helps. Definitely helps. Definitely helps. We're back. Yeah, we're back to it's on the list. I think.
So-
it hurts.
I think Dick should be on the list as well. And I think so should MJ.
So then, if we're talking about that, what about pussy?
Yeah, I don't think it belongs on the list. I think it's a nickname. I don't think it belongs on the list.
Yeah. Okay.
Dick has the benefit of being a nickname in.
Dick has worked a lot harder over the years, and if pussies would understand that, they wouldn't be so upset all the time.
Clip it.
If we're making a list of 100, it would be number 70. Okay. All right. Now let's get back to. Let's get this back to order. Okay. Let's see. We got. See, I was thinking like sport in chief and shit like that as nicknames, but I might have been different.
All right, well, Dylan, if you
is a very endearing and respectful nickname for someone. Hey, Chief.
Yeah, I haven't heard it used a lot. It feels like it's gone away with time. I
Because I
could be
feel like
wrong
it's
about
done.
that.
It probably has.
It got
Maybe in my
canceled.
old Creole ways.
Yeah, it feels like a cancelable thing now. It feels like that's exactly what some guy's gonna like in like 3 years. Some guy's gonna say Chief on live TV and people are gonna cancel him.
Yeah, it's
That's what it
cultural
does feel like.
appropriation.
If the Chiefs didn't have the best quarterback in the NFL and he was also black, it'd be on the ropes right now. They're barely getting away with it for a second.
It's still positive, so I think they'll get away with it for a while.
I got one that I think might everyone will be pretty happy with because it's technically a nickname for everybody. And there's also just an icon that has it. Tiger.
Tiger's really good.
Yeah, I wrote down Tiger.
Tiger's really good. I didn't think about it, but that's really good.
That motherfucker's name is Eldrick Woods.
Yeah.
But but also you're right. It does fit. Tiger also fits in the Chief mold of a nickname too.
Yeah.
Go get him, Tiger. That sort of thing.
I like Tiger too. I was also thinking of like something from the entertainment neck of the woods, Brangelina.
Yeah, we kind of touched on that with Benifer. I think Benifer might be a little more. Well, maybe Brangelina's more iconic.
Do we think?
Benifer's the first one. That's why
Okay.
I was gonna say I feel better for
Yeah, I wrote
Benifer first.
I wrote down Benifer.
Benifer was definitely first.
Okay, then I think Benifer should have some weight in this discussion.
I definitely think Benifer's a top 10 here. What would you think of when Morgan said it? It made me happy. What would you think of Tiger at 4?
I mean, to me, it's kind of the same issue where I don't really like it because it's just one guy.
No, it's not one guy. You can call anybody Tiger.
Right, but that's a term of endearment or whatever at that point. It's not really a nickname.
I mean, I feel like it fed all the parameters for everybody, but
But then what would you rather have at 4, Matt?
I mean, I like I like MJ. I like Dick. I like Benifer. I like all those more than Tiger.
I would put MJ.
MJ,
MJ would probably be my vote for 4. It encapsulates many great people and a nickname for weed.
I'm good with MJ too at 4.
I'm fine
Me
with
too.
MJ at 4.
MJ's at 4.
All right.
All right. So now what are some of the options we have left?
I mean, you guys don't like Buddy at all?
I think Buddy is good.
It's term of endearment.
No,
Yeah,
because there's a lot of.
doesn't fall-
It's like Bubba, where a lot of people go by Buddy. It is a name.
That is a name that people go by for sure.
I'll give you Bubba, but Buddy, Buddy Holly, it feels way more term of endearment to me. Like, hey, what's up, Buddy?
I think it's used.
And
It's used more as a term of endearment, but in the same vein as Bubba, it is a lot of people's names as well.
I don't like it.
I just think there's better ones. Like I would think Benifer is better than Buddy. I would say Dick is better than Buddy.
Sure. I think Dick should go here.
I think Dick should go here too.
I'm in. Dick is good. It's faceted.
True, like in terms of like true multifacetedness, I think that's the most multifaceted.
Yeah, it's a nickname for your friend or your fucking little friend, you know?
Friend. Yeah. It's a nickname for your friend or your friend. Also, it's also like the funniest name to nickname thing.
Yeah.
Richard the Dick is just funny.
Yeah.
It's just funny, and everyone kind of knows it because it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
All right, we'll put that at 5 then. There's a top 5. We're getting there.
We're getting there.
A little bit back on schedule.
Okay. All right. I think number 6 is we got to talk about Benifer here.
Yeah, I agree.
Ben Affleck.
No, you guys,
Jennifer
all-
Aniston.
all 3 of you agreed Benifer over Tiger.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
That's
Just because of Benifer, that's how we like. So that's just how we do celebrity couples now.
It became
Like,
a
I
part
think
of
that's
culture.
Big. Yeah.
The idea of nicknaming a couple one nickname became a part of culture.
Like that's not we don't even do that with celebrity couples. You'll do that with friends that can do that.
Yeah. Like
Yeah, okay, so you're saying because the nickname became a part of culture.
wedding
Yeah,
hashtags and stuff.
I'll go with that.
That's
Because no
why-
matter what, Tiger Woods would have been winning and kicking people's ass. And
Yeah,
you
even
would've
if you
known
went
about
by
it.
Eldrick.
feel you,
it
I
would've
feel-
been-
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. It would have been a little weird, but for sure.
Yeah.
If we were making a list of top car crashes, for sure.
Oh my god. He's on it twice!
Hey, for sure, Matt, write that down.
Yeah.
Top car crashes!
Actually, top car crashes was too.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Queen and
Yeah, Princess Di.
But yeah,
That's-
I like the Benifer, because yeah, those I feel like that coupling of names really defined, because that's why they call it Doldemort now, not Dylan and Bolt.
You're dating Voldemort?
It's casual. but
Okay.
but I really like Benifer as a top, because I feel like it was that defining relationship.
It's called you guys Valdyland.
Yeah, I like those. So we got 6.
Yeah. So the list right now is number 1 is the Big Apple, 2 Bubba, 3 Magic, 4 MJ, 5 Dick, 6 Benifer. We're getting there.
And then once we get our 10, we could like switch some places.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Well, once we get the 10, there's one I want to propose for sure. But
It
let's
ain't-
get through the 10 first.
It ain't over till it's over, baby.
It ain't over till it's over.
Yeah. You tell that to shit. Slash farts.
Yeah, we've had some crazy comebacks in the past, so.
Yeah, we really have.
And I'm not very confident in Big Apple, so we'll see what happens.
Hater.
How about the King?
King.
That's a title.
Elvis. The
Not too
king
bad.
of pop, the king of rock.
think the fact that I didn't go immediately to Elvis as like I don't know.
I think the right
Elvis is
the way you'd phrase that would be the king of.
Yeah.
Okay.
That would be the nickname.
What about
okay.
this one?
Yeah.
And you guys are gonna think I'm picking it for obvious, but I'm not. Sully. You got Sully from Monsters Inc. You got Sully from Captain Sullivan from Forrest
Stuff.
Gump. Then
Yeah.
you got Sully from Avatar. Then you got Sully from Dylan Sullivan from Lights Out with David Spade. Then you got Sully from another thing, I'm sure.
That's pretty good. I had at number 7. I had the Juice.
Ooh.
I didn't think of OJ, but I'm fucking with it. That's yeah.
The Juice is pretty damn good.
It's just a good ass
also
nickname too.
Yeah, I like that it includes the.
Yeah, it's a great nickname. And then if we're talking about cultural relevance,
Yeah.
the Juice is loose, baby.
Yeah.
I like Juice. I have it on my list of all. But I like Juice a lot.
Even when you look back at the like the news reports, the time of the trial would use the Juice, like the news would call him the Juice.
Yeah, I love it.
Matt, you're hesitant on it.
My concern is that because he's not even really called that anymore. But yeah, I guess they did do it during the trials and stuff. So,
So you gotta think of OJ too. Like when he was playing football, he was like Derrick Henry. You know what I mean? He was like one of the most famous athletes in the country.
He was way bigger than
yeah,
Derrick Henry.
I think Derrick Henry was
Yeah, I know.
a bad example.
I know. You're right. I'm just thinking of
He's
someone
like Tom-
who's really good in college.
he was like
won
Tom-
a Heisman, is really good in the NFL.
He was like Tom Brady.
Yeah.
For sure, he was way bigger because running backs are more important than. But I'm just thinking of like you know what I mean.
He's like
I was
Tom.
thinking of the player. I'm just saying he was a phenomenal football player.
He's like
Right,
he was like
but
Tom
culturally,
Brady
he's
level
Tom Brady.
famous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how famous he is. He's way more famous than Derrick Henry.
Did they win though? The Dolphins?
The Dolphins.
You don't need to win to be famous.
You mean the Bills?
Yeah, you're right. Jesus Christ. Sorry. Never mind. God.
But no.
So no. So.
But yeah, I mean, I just think that's my last sports nickname that's on there. I had the Magic and the Juice. Those were the two I had.
I like Juice. I think it's a good nickname. We
Pretty solid. I think
we can put it here.
Yeah, I think put it here and then we'll figure out the seating later.
Yeah. Okay, we did Bennifer already. How about The Rock?
Oof.
Oof.
Because that is his name now, and he's one of the biggest stars in the world.
Yeah.
That has to be on here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that I think maybe it bumps the Juice.
It definitely bumps
No.
the Juice. I think.
The Rock?
Yeah, The Rock bumps
All right,
the Juice.
Here, only difference here's the only because all right. So a lot of times like good nicknames are given to you. The Rock kind of like chose his shit, so I feel like
That's
takes
okay
a
to do
little
with
bit off
nicknames.
it.
That's okay to do with
That's-
nicknames.
No, it's
100%.
not. It's absolutely not.
100% it is okay. Speaking of, I have another one after this. I think in terms of like if you were to say the Juice to a million people, I don't think they could all know that was OJ. I think if you were to say The Rock to a million people, every single one would know it's.
No, the
Dwayne Johnson.
Rock is an international superstar.
Yeah.
That's way beyond what the Juice could imagine in terms of fame. Even at the height of murder fame,
Yeah.
I don't think he'd reach what The Rock does now. There's people who can't speak a word of English that know The Rock.
And I bet
Okay.
there's people that don't know The Rock's real name.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Without a doubt.
Like that is The Rock is his name now. I bet his kids call him The Rock.
Looking at the list, I'm down to put him right below MJ.
I don't know. I kind of like him at 7, to be honest. How do you guys feel?
I said put him at 7 now. Let's go over when we go over our things later. Let's get 10 names on. Yeah.
And then we'll Power through.
All right, The Rock and then the Juice.
Would, and this is just a question, I'm not, but say would something like Pop be a nickname for Soda Pop?
No, because that's like a regional dialect thing. That's what they call it over there. It's pop.
Mm.
It's not like
It's
they're
also-
like. Because then
it's also-
soda. Because the whole thing is soda pop, right? So then soda's a nickname, and I think that's a dialect thing and not so much
But
a
then
nickname.
what if you also were to say Pop as in soda, but also Pop as in father or grandfather?
Yeah, but then like is Dad a nickname?
No. Damn it.
Which brings me to my next point. I did have Daddy on my list, but I don't know if it needs to make the list. But I think it's a good
I think
nickname.
you might be partial to it. I do think it
For
should
sure.
be in the honorable mentions. I think.
All right.
I also think you just went out of your way to negate the point before making it.
Yeah.
You're like, no, Daddy isn't like your dad's not your nickname.
Well, I
It's not his
mean,
name.
because you call other people Daddy, you know, you call a big man who holds you tight at night Daddy or whatever. So that's how I got the nickname. Yeah, we could throw it in honorable mentions just to make me happy. Thank you guys, appreciate you all.
Yep. Yeah.
How about this? Just in terms of like uniqueness, how about Uncle Sam?
Mm.
That's a character, like a mascot.
That's a nickname for the government. It's a nickname for the country as a
It
whole.
is a nickname for the government.
He's not a real guy. I don't know if you know that. It's,
No, that's why I say he's a character.
yeah.
A cartoon, if
But
you will.
then we could also say something like Big Brother as
Sure,
NSA
sure.
or something.
That's more of like
in general.
yeah.
Well, like this, I just thought of it right now. The Feds.
Let's just shorten the federal.
Yeah, I
Bureau
had,
of Investigation.
for number
But-
9, I had
but-
Alexander. I had Alexander the Great.
I wrote that down too. I like that.
I think we gotta give some historic like this. Dude, that nickname has lasted for centuries.
Yeah.
There is no other nickname on this list that has lasted for centuries.
That's a good point. Is Cleopatra short for Cleopatracia?
I don't think so.
Yeah, it's actually short for Cleopatronathan. I think that's what it is.
No, I like Alexander the Great a lot.
I do too.
Yeah, it's pretty tight.
I like the historical significance. I will say there's like some other nicknames have lasted for centuries. King of Kings, Lord of Lords, that kind of thing. But that's kind of cheating. I just wanted to give a shout out to God.
I'm trying to think of. Oh, what was Abe Lincoln's?
Honest
Honest
Abe.
Abe.
Honest Abe. Oh, that's pretty good too.
Not a bad
It's pretty
one.
good. It's not taken off Alexander the Great though.
So
Yeah.
real quick, let me write down Alexander the Great. Do we put it at 9 or can it go?
I think that's gonna move up.
I do too.
If
I
I'm
think
being
I think it beats the
Yeah,
Jews.
We'll just write it down.
Recency
for-
bias.
I'm gonna
Alright.
I'm gonna switch them.
So how many more do we have to
We
like
have-
name?
We have one more to get a top 10.
Okay.
How we feel? I mean, Babe Ruth is. I feel disrespectful leaving him off the list.
Babe Ruth in my honorable mentions.
No, Candy. We're
Babe.
Candy's a different one.
Maybe because he has so many. Oh, we're not doing Candy this week.
No, sorry.
I don't share your sentiments for sports.
Number 10, I also stayed historical. I went Jack the Ripper.
Yeah, I had him written down too.
Ooh.
Just because, like, culturally, also the cultural significance of we started giving serial killers nicknames.
Yeah.
That's huge as well.
Yeah, I like Jack the Ripper on this list.
I think if we do that, I think we have a solid top 10, which something might get knocked out. I have a feeling that the Juice has a chance to get knocked out here.
Yeah, it's kind of losing steam.
It had such a good pop though.
It did. It may have been of its time though.
Yeah.
Shocking.
Yeah.
All All right, I can write Jack the Ripper down at 10, and then let's see. Anyone else want to bring some up? I have one that I think might have an argument is Big Ben. I mean, there's a monument called Big Ben. It's a popular sports nickname. I had a chicken when I was young named Big Ben.
Here's the thing. I think it's a popular sports nickname, but I think it's actually just the actual name of the clock.
Oh, word.
It's Big Ben. Yeah. I don't think it's the nickname for the monument. I don't think the monument's called something else, and the clock they just called. You know what I mean? I think it's the name of the clock.
Sure. Which I mean, buildings don't really have names, right? So it is kind of the nickname.
That's true. But also, if we have Big Ben, that's already like, yo, we have way too many rapists on this list. We can't do that. we can't. I think we gotta cap it at 2. We gotta cap it at the 2.
Well, Bubba's definitely one.
Okay, so we have 3. We have 3.
Yeah. This is the top 10 of nicknames, not the top 10 of tricksters. Okay.
Let me write that down too. Right under car crashes, I'll write tricksters.
Tricksters.
Oh, that would be a good list too. Top 10 tricksters. Hey, once you guys cycle, if you guys can't find anyone crashes or tricksters, let me know.
Okay. Yeah, we'll bring you back.
We got to show him.
Well, let me run through then. Let me run through the rest of my list because none of them made it. I guess Dick did. I really like Tiny. You know how there's always a big guy named Tiny?
Yeah.
You know what takes away from Tiny's shine though is that there's a lot of Lils.
Yeah, Lil.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we didn't even talk about Lils.
I think Lils have at least a path to honorable mention here.
Yeah, but Lil, it feels like it's a title. Because your name is like Wayne. You're like
Yeah, it's just a descriptor of what you look like.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which I think is kind of
It's
the
like
same
young.
with Big Ben and Tiny and shit.
Tiny, yeah. Okay.
I also had like Sport, Champ, Ace, Shorty.
Hey, is Dude out of the mix?
No,
I think it's definitely honorable mention.
the Dude,
But yeah, because it's got to be the dude.
the Man,
Because dude's just a greeting. Yeah.
Tiger.
Ooh.
What about the boss?
I had Billy the Kid.
Boss is good.
Billy the Kid's pretty good too. But as far as like the 2 historical ones we got on, I don't think it leapfrogs any of those 2.
Yeah, I don't see anything I wrote down that I think is gonna beat.
And Zodiac isn't a nickname.
I mean, it is, but it's like if you're gonna like, it's not gonna be more famous than Jack the Ripper. Like Jack the Ripper is like, and Jack the Ripper is the one that started it all.
Yeah.
That's the first famous one.
Yeah.
I know too. It'll be annoying to have the same guy on twice, but Air Jordan I think is a really good nickname too.
Yeah.
Pistol Pete.
It's a good one. There's a lot of great sports. There's a lot of great sports
So
ones.
many great sports ones. Yeah, like the Say Hey Kid. His nickname is just describing what you do when you see him.
Yeah. I think the whole sports nickname is can be its own separate thing as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's do that. Let's leave that.
Dr. Death.
Pretty good.
That's pretty metal.
Yeah.
Why?
The metalist one I had was the Prince of Darkness for Ozzy Osbourne.
Oh yeah. Wild Bill.
Oh, we didn't even think of fucking Buffalo Bill.
Buffalo Bill.
A lot of Bills. Billy the Kid, Wild Bill, Buffalo Bill. They all kind of take away from each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why we
There's
should just
too many
put
Bills.
we should just put Billy on the list.
Could we do if we did Bill / Billy?
I think we can talk about Billy here, but let's figure out our top 10 if we want, because if we want to add people, we have to knock people out. So to do that, we have to figure out the top 10 here.
Okay.
So real quick,
What do we have so far?
the big change I think we should make now is Jack the Ripper or Juice.
I gotta say,
One out?
the more.
Oh, move it up and down.
I want them off
I think
the
we
list.
should. I think we should move Jack the Ripper above Juice.
Yeah, we could do that.
I agree.
I also think
I
Alexander.
think at this point, Juice could be replaceable.
I do too.
I think so too.
It could be, but let's make sure it's something like that we all really, really, really like.
Yeah.
Let's not just
I
replace
also
it.
think-
Be able to beat the Juice.
I also
Yeah.
think Alexander the Great should move up.
Okay. How far?
It's pretty
I think-
iconic.
I think it could definitely be. I think we should talk above Benifer, maybe above Dick even.
Go above Dick, below MJ.
See, now my thought is I don't mind the spot. I think Dick and MJ should be switched.
No.
MJ's barely a nickname, bro.
I think this is what I think. I think MJ and Magic should be switched, and then Magic move below Dick.
Yeah, I don't mind that.
Here,
I think Dick should be
hear what
3
the
though.
list is? I don't have a list in front of me.
Yeah, so here,
Can I-
let me read it to you.
Magic at 5, Dick at 4,
Hold on,
MJ
Morgan.
at
Morgan,
3.
hold on. Number 1 is the Big Apple. Number 2 is Bubba. Number 3 is Magic. Number 4 is MJ. 5 is Dick. 6 is Benifer. 7 is The Rock. 8 is Alexander the Great. 9 is Jack the Ripper. 10 is the Juice.
So the way I proposed it is we go Big Apple, Bubba, MJ. Ooh, this might be controversial, and probably you probably won't like it. MJ, Alexander the Great, Dick, Magic.
So Magic at 6.
Magic at 6.
I
yeah.
I don't mind Magic moving down at all. I don't think it should be as high as it is. I also
think so
I mean,
either.
Magic at 6 is fine.
I don't think MJ is a great nickname.
Yeah, I think Bubba's a terrible nickname, but it's sitting there at 2. Like, we all don't agree with each other, but we kind of came to a consensus at some point.
Yeah, I mean, I would rather have. That's how I would. That's how I see it. I see it as MJ,
Is it
Alexander the Great.
is a top 3 nickname?
I think MJ could be moved down as well.
Just initials.
I think it's top 10, but I don't think it's top 5.
But do you really also think Bubba is 2?
No.
So
I
what-
think Bubba could be replaced by Alexander the Great.
I think.
and moved down.
Yeah,
But I also- but I
if we're
also
moving down,
think
sorry.
MJ could be moved down as well.
I think if we move down to MJ, I think we could also move down Bubba. I think there's a case for Alexander the Great to be number 2.
I think there is too.
yeah,
I think Alexander the Great
Yeah.
is a great nickname.
I don't mind it. The one that's low for me is Dick. I think Dick should be moved up. I think Dick should be top 3.
I would agree with that. I think Bubba and MJ moved down. Dick and Alexander moved up.
I'd be okay with that. Because
Wait.
when I thought nickname, I thought Dick pretty quickly. It
Yeah.
came to me pretty quickly.
Yeah.
It's also funny. That's the thing. That's the one thing we're ignoring about it that like didn't come up in the argument. It is just it's funny. It's funny.
Yeah, it is funny.
All right, so here's what we're going to do. Alexander the Great is going to 2. You might have to help me with this if we're moving all this shit around.
Oh, hold on. Let me take a picture. Let me take a picture of it so I can at least help you with it. Boom.
Dylan,
Alright, got it.
if you want to see the list in real time, twitch.tv/MattLockwood69. All right, so Alexander the Great is 2.
Mhm.
We'll go Dick 3.
Dick 3.
Then what?
Okay, so Alexander the Great, Dick 3. All right.
Wait, what did we
so now
lose?
We lost Bubba. We lost Bubba,
And Magic. Okay.
and MJ.
No, it's still on there.
MJ's 4. Okay.
So
Big Apple, Alexander the Great, Dick.
So our top 3 then is the Big Apple, Alexander the Great, and Dick. Where now the more we talk about it, bro, Dick, I kind of want to put Dick number 1.
No, I
okay,
don't think
okay.
so. I think we'll disagree with you there.
I mean, okay, yeah, whatever. It's such a good nickname though.
The way the list is looking now, I don't mind it.
Yeah, I mean, to me, like, Magic and The Rock are kind of the same idea, where it's one guy's name who became iconic. I think The Rock is even more iconic than Magic.
I don't.
I'd say so.
I think so. Absolutely. The Rock is definitely more iconic than Magic.
At least
but
if we're making this list for 2021.
yeah, I mean, if we're making this list outside America too.
Yeah.
For sure. I could, yeah. But I don't think The Rock is more iconic of a nickname because it's just that guy's name. Like, it's still Magic Johnson. You know what I mean?
But everyone knows The Rock as The Rock, bro. They don't even need a last name.
They don't
just
even
call.
get any part of his name.
It's literally
It's
just
more of a
The Rock.
nickname. It's
I
just
feel,
The Rock.
I feel you. So at what point is
Also,
that just your name?
if we bring up pure power plus or divided by brevity, rather, Magic Johnson, The Rock, 2 syllables versus 4, but those 2 syllables, everybody knows it.
Yeah. And it's like
Everybody knows it.
Magic like became that guy's name. Like same with Tiger. It is your name at that point.
Yeah, and no one's saying he's not Magic.
This guy's name is not The Rock.
I still have to dock points for The Rock choosing his own nickname.
I don't think it's bad.
We can't lose sight of that.
If it's a good nickname, bro, if it works, it works.
Yeah, but huh?
No, I think it's if it works. Yeah, I'm with Matt. If it works, it works. Yeah, I mean it's The Rock.
Fair.
You can't even call him Dwayne Johnson. If you call him just Dwayne Johnson on movie posters, it wouldn't sell as well. You have to say Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
You have to say his nickname.
You have to say his nickname.
Yeah. Do I switch him? Can I switch him?
I think so.
Way to go, Dwayne.
Yeah, good job, Dwayne.
Oh.
Okay.
The Big Apple, Alexander the Great,
For then.
Dick,
Well, I mean, we're picking.
MJ.
No, wait, Matt, can you read the list one more time?
Yeah, so our top 3, it feels like it's going to stay this way, is the Big Apple, Alexander the Great, and Dick.
Mm-hmm.
Right now we have MJ at 4, The Rock at 5, Benifer at 6, Magic at 7, Bubba at 8, Jack the Ripper at 9, and the Juice at 10.
I like it.
Me too.
It looks right.
Does it?
I would put Bennifer a little bit lower, but that's about it.
Ooh, I was going to say the opposite.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe.
You're gonna put Bennifer higher, guys. Come on, this is
I think The Rock and Benifer should move up one, both.
Because
this is insane.
started a cultural zeitgeist of nicknames.
Yeah.
It's a nickname that births
Nicknames.
the
Yeah.
idea of nicknames itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to give it some credit, bro.
I would say above The Rock.
Credit.
I don't think The Rock is more important than that. Culturally.
Wait. We're trying to put Bennifer above The Rock.
I'd still put The Rock first, but I think The Rock and Benifer should both move up into top 5.
I would agree.
You think you'd knock both Dick and MJ down?
Oh, sorry. No, I think Dick stays. I think The Rock goes top 5, Benifer goes 6.
I think you guys are giving
Are you
Bennifer
saying-
an insane amount of credit.
Are you saying you move MJ below Benifer? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I would put MJ at 6.
I don't think so.
I mean,
don't think
MJ was none of those guys' primary nickname. The King of Pop and Air Jordan. MJ was just it's just their initials, bro. It's barely a nickname.
Yeah, Matt. But the fact that they were the first 2 people around the same time to just go by initials, then the generation of people who just went by initials that had spawned, you have to give it its just due for that. If we're going to give all the credit to Bennifer about how we started naming relationships, we got really weird and started calling a period of time where 2 people dated the thing. Like
that's way
insane.
more. That's way more effort than just initials, bro. Neither.
Yeah, it's not about effort.
These guys
It's about how big and iconic the nickname is.
Both-
You say MJ anywhere in the world, you're talking about one of 2 people, and they're both are way bigger than Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck dating.
But all three MJs that we added in this list have better nicknames than MJ.
that is a fair point.
It's a fair point, but I also think if we're going to add stuff like Bubba, like these people probably also go by better things, or
They
might just
don't.
go by Bubba. Either
They
way-
don't. If
either
you've
way,
met a
the
Bubba, you
fact
know
that
they don't go by
those-
anything other than Bubba, bro.
We're all trying to make a list that works for everyone. The real enemy is not making this list.
The real enemy is real names.
I don't know, man. MJ feels too strong.
I mean, Hassan and Dylan, how do you guys feel about it? Where are you at with MJ?
I would be down to move MJ down. But I think for me, MJ is married, which is a weed.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think is a pretty popular nickname for weed, which is pretty important
But
in the world.
more people call it pot.
You called a million different things.
Right.
I will be down to move MJ. I would be down to move MJ out of the top 5, but I don't think it should be anywhere below 6.
I would put it at 6. That's where I was thinking.
I would be fine with the compromise of putting MJ at 6.
That
sounds
thing
good
is
to me.
insane to me.
That sounds good.
This is wild. I'm being overruled though, so it's okay. But this is madness. Absolute madness that Benifer is in the top 5.
It should be,
know
bro.
what,
It should be.
You know what?
It's okay. I will speak my piece. This is insane. But continue.
The argument that got me was both Michael Jackson and Michael Jordan have better nicknames.
And Pop.
You let them talk to you about Benifer at the end of the episode, and then you got changed by recency bias. It's okay, but let's tell the truth about what happened.
I wrote Benifer down. MJ is not in my top 10 that I wrote down. I'll say that right now. You just got me with MJ.
All right.
All right. Then we go MJ at 6, Magic at 7, Bubba at 8, Jack the Ripper at 9, the Juice at 10, which I like, but I do think, is there something that can knock the Juice off?
How about this? While we all read what we have left over, and if one of them stands out and we like it a lot, we'll stop on that one for a second and talk about it. But if it doesn't just obviously stand out that's better than the Juice, then no. We'll just run through it real quick. Cool?
Yeah, go.
My best was, I think, for a different prompt, which would have been Dude.
Okay.
I mean,
I don't know. I don't think I wouldn't put the Dude above the Juice. Personally.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I think it's for a different prompt completely.
Yeah.
Because if we're talking about the Dude, then it's just that one movie that's like pretty niche.
I'll give you my top 3. I got The Boss, Dr. J, and my favorite one is Booger Sugar. I think a nickname that's actually longer than the actual name of the thing you're talking about is very funny.
It is funny.
What about Pot? What about a nickname for like a non-human? Is Pot a nickname or is it just a different name for weed? Is weed a nickname?
Name for weed.
Yeah. Because weed itself is the nickname because it's marijuana.
Yeah.
Or cannabis if you're a fucking nerd.
The couple that I have on here that didn't make the list that I don't know, maybe the Windy City, Mickey D's. I don't know if you call that a nickname.
Oh yeah, I like that.
I had Mickey D's too. I had Mickey D's also.
Mickey D's is pretty good.
Yeah, and I had W for George W. Bush, but that's not. It's of its time, I think. But that's about it. But I think as far as beating the Juice, I think Mickey D's. I want to bring that up.
I like Mickey D's a lot.
I would agree. I think Mickey D's is really cool.
Mickey D's. Yeah.
Looking at the general shape of this chat room, I could tell we all really like Mickey D's.
Look, this is purely educational for me. I put all bias aside.
I would like to have the Juice. I mean, Juice should be, I think above Daddy on honorable mentions, just because it is the Juice. But that's regardless. We don't have to argue about that. But I do think Mickey D's could be 10 here. Mickey D's could be 9 or 8. I think.
No, I don't think it can beat Jack the Ripper. Yeah, I think that's a good one.
That's fair. But
let's put Mickey D's as 10. Sorry, Juice. Juice is honorable mention.
Sorry, Juice shouldn't have killed those innocent people.
Yeah.
I like Mickey D's at 8, Jack the Ripper at 9, and Juice at 10 maybe? Or no, Bubba at 10?
I think Mickey D's can be 8 here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying too.
I don't know about that, bro. Why?
You just looking at it on the list, doesn't it feel too low?
No, I feel like it's one of those that like barely made the list and maybe shouldn't even beat the Juice, but I think we just like it a little more.
Yeah, I like Mickey D's and the Juice more than Bubba.
Yeah, we know you do, Morgan.
Yeah,
we got better for the 5.
We've known that for an hour and a half. Chill.
It's a shitty nickname. Sorry.
Plus, Mickey D has killed a lot more people than the Juice has, so we should probably include it on the top 10 and take the Juice off. If we're gonna put Juice on as a killer,
Yeah.
The Juice hasn't killed more than our 10 or 9, and most likely our 8.
Say, and maybe even our 7, depending on who he was having sex with between he found out.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, pretty true. Yeah, that's true. There are straight up 4 killers above him.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
if amount of people killed is a criteria, he definitely doesn't make the list.
All right, so Mickey D's is 10. Do we or are we?
I agree with that.
Let's
Yeah.
put Mickey D's as 10.
All right. I think that's the list. Let's throw what do we want on honorable mentions for sure. The Juice and Daddy are on there already. Which,
Yeah.
by the way, I'm gonna edit the list and Daddy will be in the top 10 when you guys see it. But
I think the Windy City.
Windy City, all right.
Can we add Dude?
Yep, dude.
Yeah.
Booger Sugar.
Booger Sugar. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
And I also really like the Prince of Darkness.
Yeah.
Especially now that Ozzy Osbourne is just an old man that can barely speak.
Yeah.
And nickname for Satan as well.
Yep.
J-Lo. I know we have Bennifer on there, but J-Lo in and of itself, I think, is a
I like J-Lo.
iconic nickname.
Better
Yeah.
for making 2 appearances.
Because I think J-Lo was the first one I could remember that's when we started, like, A-Rod, and that's sort of like, oh, we just take the
Yeah,
first
yeah,
one
yeah.
and the last, like, I think J-Lo's pretty iconic.
That's true.
All right. Well, we did it. I didn't know if we were gonna be able to do it, but we did it.
We did it.
Let's read the list one last time.
Yeah, for sure. This is the top 10 nicknames of all time. Number 1, the Big Apple. Number 2, Alexander the Great. 3, Dick. 4, The Rock. 5, Bennifer. 6, MJ. 7, Magic. Maybe we should switch those. 8, Bubba. 9, Jack the Ripper, and 10, Mickey D's.
I like that list.
Pretty good list. I think Magic
Pretty
and
good
MJ
list.
should be switched.
Wait, before we end it, do we want to switch Magic and MJ?
No.
No,
We just read
okay,
the
okay.
list of the last time.
That's
Yeah,
fair,
what are we
that's
doing?
fair.
I think we
We could
could.
sit here all day.
I think we could.
You're right.
Dylan, swing vote.
Come on. All right. Thank you guys so much for listening. Dylan, your name is at the bottom of the screen on Twitch. Is there anything else you'd like to plug?
No, let's figure this out first. Dylan, swing vote. Magic or MJ?
Wait. So right now it's what's the order?
Right now it's
Magic.
6 is MJ, 7 is Magic. What's a better nickname?
Magic.
All right, we're switching them.
Dylan swung it last second.
I love this. I love this show so much. Don't be too sad, Morgan. MJ still beat Bubba. You're fine.
Huh?
All right, cool. That's the list. Yeah, Dylan, your Instagram's on the Twitch, but do you want to plug anything else?
I would just say if you want some rockin' fat gay comedy, check out Dylan Sullivan on Lights Out with.
Okay, he cut out. It's called Lights Out with David Spade on YouTube. Cool, that's it. Thanks for coming. Thanks for doing this. We'll see you all next
Thanks, guys.
week.
This was really fun.
Later.
Appreciate it, bud.